So it's day 2 of our cemetery crawl.
Yes.
We're heading off to Elmwood Cemetery here in Barre. So this one will be a little bit less like with the neat granite, and it might be more of a traditional type cemetery. So we're going to go check that out. And the plan for the day after that, if the weather holds out, it's a little rainy, is to do something we almost never do. And that is
Go for a hike.
Go for a hike. So yeah, I think as Vermonters, it's like, why go for a walk in the woods? I mean, I can go to the backyard or anywhere within a half-mile radius of my house and go walk in the woods. So we don't understand the lure of that, but we're gonna give it a shot. Apparently there's an easy hike around here. And then it's Dutch oven night, where all the Airstreamers take out their Dutch ovens and do some Dutch oven cooking. We don't have one, so I think make cornbread biscuits, muffins.
Something like that.
Something like that. So that's kind of our day for today. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Okay, so Cindy and I are doing something called hiking. And apparently this is something people do when they want to go walk in the woods, which for a Vermonter we do all the time. So why would we walk in the woods? But we're trying to become hikers.
Well, I'm not sure I am.
Cindy is not too happy about the fact that it's cold and it's rainy.
And it's wet.
But we're gonna give this hiking thing a shot, so.
See how it's, at least some pretty views.
Yeah, some pretty views. Ooh, we broke out into something I think they call a opening or something. We're not good at this hiking thing. Why would we be?
Like
all right, let's see what's up here.
Trail signage.
We got trail signage because we're in the middle of Nowheresville.
And it's cold.
And it's cold, and Cindy's wet, and she's complaining, and she wants to go to the distillery tour.
Yes, that would be better.
All right, let's see what we got up here.
Anything to hold on to.
Be real careful. This is an extremely technical hike, as you can see. That was the technical part. Yeah, this is definitely, if you look down where Cindy's at, that is definitely a place where people take selfies and fall off, without any doubt. All right, so we found this lookout thingy.
No, it's not a lookout thingy. It's something that they use to mine. Look, there's a thing on the end of it.
All right, Cindy thinks it's a mining thingy.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would step out on that. See what I mean? And it's missing boards too.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go on this.
You never know.
I don't want to be one of those selfie idiots.
No.
But I'll get right before it. And you can kind of see this section of the quarry here. I guess that's how you can tell that how old we are, is that we don't get onto these things like this and do selfies. If you were like a millennial or something, you'd be all over this and into the quarry and being rescued, but I'm not in the mood for that. So we've got a distillery tour in a half an hour we've got to get to, so I don't want to be killed. We are touring the old Route 2 distillery.
Good, everybody, come on in. Come on in. So this is our distillery. This is our bonded area where all the spirits come. We're somewhat unusual for a small distillery and even a lot of the larger ones in that we do everything under this roof. So raw ingredients come in, we process them, we package, we bottle, and we ship out. We do everything here. We have a bottling room, labeling room back there where we do that. So we're doing everything the hard way, but that it gives us complete control over the entire process, and that's been important to us. So our process, everything we do here, we're a rum distillery. Everything begins with turbinado sugar and blackstrap molasses that comes up from Louisiana. We try to focus on sourcing Vermont ingredients, but nobody's growing sugarcane here, so we're happy to find a domestic producer, because most rum, even if it's made in the U.S., is made of cane from overseas, either the Caribbean or Africa. The totes behind you, the empty ones, and there's a full one straight back that's about 20% full. Those are 3,000 pounds of molasses.
Wow.
And then the big bags over there in the corner are 2,000-pound bags of the turbinado sugar that we use. That's a 600-gallon container. We fill up with about 500 gallons of water, and then we put in 500 pounds of molasses and 500 pounds of sugar. Once the water's up to about 190 degrees, so that kills any bacteria and it melts everything really nicely.
What do you think?
It's alive. You can see the little yeast bubbles
So
bursting.
basically it's sugar here at this point.
Little yeast bubbles are bursting in there.
Those are temperature gauges because the yeast has a happy range. The yeast that we're using cap out at about 104 degrees. They typically run their best at about 90 degrees. After about a week, this is probably at around 8% ABV at this point. So it'd be fairly strong in the beer. And then we pump it over in 4 batches over to the still. The way the still works, basically you just dump a lot of heat into it, and the still takes advantage of the fact that all the different molecules in there boil at different temperatures. So this is just to get that gas back down to liquid temperature, and then it just runs out of this. This is called the parrot. It's a little bit weird looking. The spirit comes in here and then fills up and then pours out, and we put our hydrometer here so we can get a sense of what the proof is coming off.
Okay, so we are at the old Route 2 Spirits. We're having an awesome tour of the distillery with our Airstream crew, and we're now going up to the control lab to see how things are kind of controlled and the science and of the laboratory and how they came up with some of their formulas. And we'll see how that goes. So good tour so far.
So this lab has really kind of been our secret weapon. We got a 10-gallon test still. It's exactly the same as the one downstairs that lets us do inexpensive experiments. Behind you on the shelf there, you see all those bottles. They're color-coded with some of the different types of experiments we've done. So in the very back in the blue, these were our original gin experiments.
So I'm trying the gin. And I'm not a big gin fan, so this will be interesting.
Yeah. So there's chamomile and calendula, are the 2 core ingredients.
You can taste the botanicals, but they're not overwhelming,
Lemon balm.
and it's quite smooth, which a lot of gins burn as they go down. So this sits very well in your mouth.
So the last thing to do was to buy a bottle for the campfire that night. We want to thank Old Route 2 Distilleries for the tour, and I'll include a link to their facility in the description for this video.